Okie dokie. In this problem, we are asked to find f prime at 1.5 or f prime of 1.5 given this function f. So, of course, the method is to find the derivative f prime using the chain rule, using what we've been doing this whole quiz, and then plug in the x value 1.5 and find an answer. So I will work these out much more casually, just much more, much less of a breakdown. Basically, just how I would solve them on a regular basis. So, starting with the outsidemost layer, derivative of e to the something is e to that same something. The next inside layer is the negative sign. Negative sign has a derivative of negative cosine. And we want to leave that next inside layer the exact same. That inside layer, the last inside layer, 5x squared, has a derivative of 10x. We are looking for this, or this is our derivative. Then we want to plug in 1.5 to this. So we'll do e raised to the negative sign of, I think, 5x squared. So 5 times the x value we're plugging in is 1.5. 5 times 1.5 squared. Close that off. Then we have negative cosine of 5x squared. So 5 times 1.5 squared. Close that off. And then the derivative of 5x squared was 10x. So 10 times 1.5. And our final answer is negative 9.9. Looks like option D. Break out the eraser to see that D is our answer. Let's do 2 more examples. This function's outermost layer is the e term. So again, derivative of any e term is the same exact e term. Working our way in, cosine has a derivative of negative sine. We leave the 5x squared, and 5x squared again has a derivative of 10x. All right, very similar function here. Probably would not have done it if I realized that, but let's keep it going. E is being raised to the cosine of 5x squared. And in this case, the x is 2. Oftentimes, they'll put a decimal here. You can kind of ignore it. It's really just 2.0, I guess, is where that's coming from. So 5x squared. Close that off. I guess that works. All right. And then cosine had a derivative of negative sine. So we do negative sine of 5x squared. 2 squared, that is. Close that off. And then, of course, 10x, or 10 times 2, is our outer piece. So then negative 27.4 looks like option C. Break out the eraser to see that C is our answer. Whoa. All right, let's do 1 more. Starting with the outermost layer, we have ln. ln of something is 1 over that something. So negative sine 4x cubed. Derivative of negative sine is negative cosine. We leave the inside the same. And then the inside 4x cubed has a derivative of 12x squared. Now we plug in 1.8 where we see x. So big parentheses, 1 over, was it sine? Negative sine. 1 over negative sine of 4x cubed with 1.8 in there. So 4 times 1.8 cubed. And then negative sine had a derivative of negative cosine of 4x cubed. So 4 times 1.8 cubed. Then 4x cubed has a derivative of 12x squared. So 12 times 1.8 squared. Close that off. We get 9.26, 9.27 if we round. So it looks like option C is our best choice. So that's pretty much it. Using all the ideas we've learned this whole section, this is kind of what it rounds off to. So hope this makes sense. If you have any questions on any derivatives or anything I've done in this video, please let me know.